We're breaking news this morning in the war between Israel and Hamas. Canada, Australia and New Zealand are joining together in their strongest appeal yet, urging Israel to hold off on a ground offensive into Rafah. And in another breaking development, the Israeli military is now raiding the main hospital in southern Gaza.
We are attacked by Israeli army at the hospital.
This is video into us from the Reuters news agency, capturing some of the chaotic scenes inside Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. It's one of the last functioning medical facilities in Gaza. Israel's military confirms special forces stormed Nasser Hospital this morning and at last word remain inside. Now, in video posted on social media, you can see attempts to barricade a hospital door. As many as 8,000 civilians have been sheltering on the hospital grounds. Doctors say there has been heavy fighting close by all week, and you can see shelling in the distance in this new video, and families with their gatherings moving through the devastated streets of Khan Yunis. Abby Kugathasan is going to lead off our coverage, beginning with the first part of our story today, that statement coming out, the joint statement from the Prime Ministers of Canada, Australia and New Zealand. Abby, what are they saying? What are they calling for?
Heather, the three prime ministers calling for a ceasefire again, unlike their close ally, the United States. This statement does mention the concern around a ground incursion by the IDF into Rafah, which is the size of London's Heathrow Airport, but where 1.4 million Palestinians are sheltering amid ongoing aerial bombardment. Part of the statement reads, "There is growing international consensus. Israel must listen to its friends, and it must listen to the international community. The protection of civilians is paramount and a requirement under international humanitarian law. Palestinian civilians cannot be made to pay the price of defeating Hamas." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly said the military operation will only conclude when Hamas is destroyed and all remaining hostages are released. As of right now, more than 28,500 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza. The UN says many are women and children. Israel insists 10,000 of them are Hamas fighters. We did hear from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau before this trilateral ceasefire statement with Australia and New Zealand was released. Here's what he had to say.
We need to see the release of hostages. We need to see a sustainable ceasefire. We need to see more humanitarian aid flowing in. We need to see stabilization in the region, peace, and we need to work on the two-state solution. That is the only way to ensure durable peace and safety in the region.
The statement refers to the International Criminal Justice Court binding provisional measures as well, that Israel must ensure the delivery of aid into Gaza, and it must also protect civilians. Israel can only be held to account in this UN Security Council, and we've heard officials like the EU Foreign Policy Chief this week call on the Americans to use their bilateral ties with Israel to stop not only the possibility of a ground incursion, but the war itself, Heather.
Abby, as we bring in some pictures, these are some of the latest images into us, again from the Reuters news agency, and again of this confirmed Israeli military raid on Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis. We were saying one of the rare facilities still functioning. Khan Yunis is not far from Rafah. So what do we know about what Israel has confirmed is happening there today?
Yeah, this is the largest hospital in southern Gaza, and as you say, not far from Rafah. The medical complex is called Nasser Medical Complex. The World Health Organization Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus called it the backbone of the healthcare system in southern Gaza. And IDF Special Forces entered it this morning, conducting an operation. The IDF says that it detained several suspects. Medics say a patient has been killed and several others injured. An IDF spokesperson has already spoken about the operation.
We have credible intelligence from a number of sources, including from released hostages, indicating that Hamas held hostages at the Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, and that there may be bodies of our hostages in the Nasser Hospital facility.
Israel has said it believes Hamas is using medical facilities like this one and hiding among civilians. Human Rights Watch says the IDF's repeated attacks on hospitals should be investigated as war crimes. And the video, as you say, Heather, that we're seeing from inside the hospital, the images that we're seeing, smoke, gunfire, chaotic scenes in a hospital that was only partially functioning to begin with.
Abby, thank you very much.